All right, Audioholics, we are live at CES 2017. I asked you what you wanted. You told me subwoofers, 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 and so of course we came to Emotiva. What we have is the BASX line. It's kind of their entry-level line. A couple interesting things here. You probably know about the S12 and the S10, 12 inches, 10 inches, obviously. $399, $299, but you may not have seen, because it's probably new at the show, the 10 or the 8-inch version, the S8, and this is $199. Not shipping yet, but an excellent way to get into a real subwoofer from Emotiva. You're going to have more from us on the floor here at CES 2017. Thanks for watching. Hey there, Audioholics. Of course, we're at CES 2017. Hopefully, you've been watching our coverage all week long, but we are here this time at SVS with the president of SVS, Gary Yacobian. And Gary's going to tell us about this amazing new subwoofer, no holes barred, the new benchmark for the industry, and that is their Ultra Series with the 16-inch woofer.
Thank you, Marshall, and hey to everybody. Welcome to the SVS suite from Las Vegas. You know, SVS is definitely about extreme low frequency extension, definitely about high SPLs, but we want to be faithful to the content. We want to have accurate frequency response, and we want to be very quick and transient. So how to do that? Well, one issue that our engineering team identified is when you have a 15-inch driver or an 18-inch driver married up to a 3-inch voice coil, which is the industry standard, you get prone to things like flexing and prop issues that create distortion and inaccuracies in frequency response, and just what I spoke to. So our team, about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, came up with this idea, and it took a long time to bring into reality, which is our 8-inch edge-wound voice coil. To my knowledge, the world's first voice coil anywhere near that size. So I'm going to say our vision, look, and you have to decide whether we realize the vision, but our vision is have your cake and eat it too. You should be able to have, amazing low frequency extension. It should be able to be with whatever SPL you want, but not sacrifice musicality, not sacrifice detail, not be inaccurate in terms of frequency response, and not be slower than the content. So we think we did that with this new 16 Ultra driver. And by the way, part of that, just having a large driver doesn't guarantee you're going to move a lot of air. You also need a massive motor, and the motor on that driver is almost 50 pounds. So it's a extremely powerful motor married up to that large driver, driven via that 8-inch voice coil. It is really, I think it's a work of art.
You said before I could ask you any question I wanted, and that kind of goes, well, that just goes to the philosophy of SVS.
Too much to my personal life.
No, I just love it. You have nothing to hide. You go into the demo room, and they have sliced the PB16 Ultra wide open, so you can see what goes into it. You can see the amp, you can see the parts, you can see the bracing. What is that, about 2-inch window bracing there in the middle?
Yeah, we've always done that. We've always heavily braced our cabinets and use a massive thick MDF. You know that. I mean, our stuff basically, we try to get it to behave as though it's a solid body.
Yes. And I love that when you talk about going this no holds barred design philosophy, that you're willing to show us what goes into that, and you can see that motor structure that you were talking about being a substantial part of the heft of this subwoofer.
Absolutely, and don't forget, not everybody does this. We are overhung in our sealed execution of the driver and underhung in our ported. A lot of people just slap the same driver in and try to make it all work. We worked to optimize both drivers for their particular form factor. By the way, since you brought it up, we do have, ta-da, the industry's first ever, showing everybody out there, smartphone app for a subwoofer. Now, I've been challenged. Are you sure it's the first ever? So we're investigating. Maybe it's not the first ever, and I'm sure others will do it if they haven't already. But it's a really cool thing, and I'm really proud of what our team did in designing the app. It's extremely intuitive and allows you to do every aspect of the DSP in the amp. It allows you to make every adjustment you could ever want to make, or you ever could make, right from the app. And yes, there's 3 presets. There's 2 that we put in, movie and music, and 1 that's custom. And you can customize all 3 if you want to. So it's 1,500 watts continuous power, conservatively rated. We're rating it at more than 5,000 watts peak power. So it's an extremely powerful amplifier to be in a consumer subwoofer. But one cool thing about about the amplifier that we haven't talked a lot about is the output. Although it's a discrete, it's a digital amplifier, the output is fully discrete MOSFET output. So the amp is capable of gobs and gobs of current. It's really capable of driving that 16-inch driver to its maximum potential. And hopefully you heard that in the demo room next door.
I heard, I don't know if it was the maximum potential, but I heard a lot of potential.
Actually, it's loading that room, and we are not anywhere near its top end of output, which is really cool. It also has analog devices DSP, so very sophisticated DSP that you would not normally find in a subwoofer. And we're really proud of what we did, and I want that. A lot of times SVS subwoofers are, they're less expensive than the super subwoofers that are out in the marketplace. Our Ultra Series, topping out at $2,000. That's not cheap, but they're sort of in the conversation like, yeah, you could have it in the room with the top of the line. I won't name brands,
right.
But nobody ever says, well, it totally is. It's better in every way than one of those. I want our 16 Ultras to be considered in the conversation of the best subwoofers anyone's ever made.
Right.
I really do. Our team did such a phenomenal job, and they deserve credit for creating something that a normal person, obviously $2,000 is a lot of money for any audio component, but a normal person can find that amount of money, and they will really enjoy the level of performance they get with our 16 Ultra.